Hi kids, today we want to talk about grammar. I really like to write, so I need to have good grammar. Let's begin. Okay kids, let's do advanced grammar. Okay kids, let's talk about the passive voice. Chapter 9. There are two voices in English, the active voice and the passive voice. When I say active voice, I mean use an active verb to say what the subject does. If I say passive voice, I mean use a passive verb to say what happens to a subject. All right, look at the sentence pattern for an active voice. Subject plus verb plus object. The sentence pattern for a passive voice is object plus be verb plus past participle plus by plus the subject. But this is no longer a subject. We can call this an agent. Okay, so what does that mean? Active voice and passive voice. Well, let's look at the first sentence. The dog chased the cat. The subject is the dog. The verb is chased. That's the simple past. Chased. The object is the cat. So we have subject, verb, object. The dog chased the cat. Now I want to change this into a passive voice sentence. So the cat comes up front and becomes the new subject. The subject goes in back and it becomes the agent. The simple past verb changes to the simple past be verb and the past participle for chase. Remember, chase, chased, chased. So the passive voice now reads, the cat was chased by the dog. Most important is to remember that the verb chased in the active voice now changes to the be verb plus the past participle. So when you change an active voice sentence, you need to know the verb tense. Chased is simple past, so we use the simple past be verb. All right, so the dog chased the cat. That is in the active voice. The cat was chased by the dog. That is in the passive voice. Okay, let's take this step by step to really understand the passive voice. Step 1, be verb. There are 12 different verb tenses. Each verb tense has its own be verb. So let's review the 12 verb tenses and their be verbs. First, I want you to take out a green fluorescent marker, and we are going to color the verb tenses. Okay, I have colored the 12 verb tenses green. Let's go over them. Simple present, simple past, simple future, present perfect, past perfect, future perfect, present progressive, past progressive, future progressive, present perfect progressive, past perfect progressive, future perfect progressive. Very good. Now let's take an orange and let's color the different be verbs for each of the verb tenses. All right, let's use an orange. Okay, I have colored the be verbs. Okay, for simple present, the be verb is am, is, are. For simple past, the be verb is was, were. For simple future, the be verb is will be, am going to be, is going to be, are going to be. For present perfect, the be verb is have been, has been. For the past perfect, the be verb is had been. For future perfect, the be verb is will have been, be going to have been. For present progressive, the be verb is am being, is being, are being. For the past progressive, the be verb is was being, were being. For future progressive, the be verb is will be being, be going to be being. For the present perfect progressive, the be verb is have been being, has been being. For the past perfect progressive, the be verb is had been being. For the future perfect progressive, the be verb is will have been being. Okay, now let's go through each verb tense and change an active voice sentence into a passive voice sentence. You need to use your colors and color just like I do. Okay, number 1, simple present. Active, Tom makes cookies. Tom becomes the agent. Cookies becomes the subject. The verb makes becomes are made. Active, Tom makes cookies. Passive, cookies are made by Tom. Simple past. Active, Tom made cookies. Subject Tom becomes the agent. Cookies becomes the subject. Made becomes were made. Active, Tom made cookies. Passive, cookies were made by Tom. Simple future. Active, Tom will make cookies. The subject Tom becomes the agent. The object cookies becomes the subject. Will make becomes will be made. Present perfect. Active, they have done the work. They, the subject, becomes the agent. The work, object, becomes the subject. Have done changes to has been done. Active, they have done the work. Passive, the work has been done by them. Past perfect. Active, they had done the work. The work object here becomes the subject. The subject they becomes the agent. The verb had done changes into had been done. Active, they had done the work. Passive. The work had been done by them. Future perfect. Active. They will have done the work. Subject they becomes the agent. Object the work becomes the subject. Will have done changes to will have been done. Active. They will have done the work. Passive. The work will have been done by them. Present progressive. Active. I am cleaning the room. Subject I becomes the agent. The room, here is the object, the room becomes the subject. Am cleaning becomes is being cleaned. Active, I am cleaning the room. Passive, the room is being cleaned by me. Past progressive. Active, I was cleaning the room. Subject I becomes the agent. The room, here is the object, becomes the subject. The verb was cleaning becomes was being cleaned. Active, I was cleaning the room. Passive, the room was being cleaned by me. Future progressive. Active, I will be cleaning the room. I, subject I, becomes the agent. Object the room becomes the subject. Will be cleaning changes to will be being cleaned. Active, I will be cleaning the room. Passive, the room will be being cleaned by me. Present perfect progressive. Active, we have been eating chips. Subject we becomes the agent. Chips, the object, becomes the subject. Have been eating changes to have been being eaten. Active, we have been eating chips. Passive, chips have been being eaten by us. Past perfect progressive. Active, we had been eating chips. We changes to an agent. Object chips becomes a subject. Had been eating changes to had been being eaten. Future perfect progressive. Active, we will have been eating chips. Subject we becomes the agent. Object chips becomes the subject. Will have been eating becomes will have been being eaten. All right. There's the difference between the active voice and the passive voice using all 12 verb tenses. Most important is to remember the active verb becomes be verb plus past participle. You have to remember the different be verbs for each of the verb tenses. That is important. Okay, we are doing exercise 1, the passive voice. Before we start, I want you to take your 3 colors, yellow, green, and pink. At the top of the page, make a yellow mark. Write down subject. Make a green mark. Write down verb. Make a pink mark. Write down object. Now, you need to color the subject, verb, and object. Don't be lazy. This is very important for you to see the passive voice versus the active voice. It's very important. Part A, make passive sentences. 1. Dangerous driving causes many accidents. Subject, dangerous driving. Verb, causes. Object, many accidents. Causes is simple present. Simple present be verb, am, is, are. The verb cause, cause, caused, caused. PP is caused. All right. Object in front, subject in back. Verb changes to be plus PP. Many accidents are caused by dangerous driving. Number 2, the storm damaged the roof last week. The storm, subject, damaged, verb, the roof, object. Damaged is simple past. Simple past be verb, was, were. Damage, damaged, damaged. PP is damaged. The storm goes in back. The roof comes up front. Damaged changes to be plus PP. The roof was damaged by the storm last week. 3. A cinema shows films. A cinema is the subject. Shows is the verb. Films is the object. Shows is simple present. Simple present be verb. Am, is, are. Show, showed, shown. The PP is shown. A cinema goes in back. Films comes up front. Shows changes to be plus PP. Films are shown by a cinema. Number 4, I invited you to the wedding. Subject I, verb invited, object you. Invited is simple past. Simple past be verb, was, were. Invite, invited, invited. PP is invited. I goes in back. You comes up front. Invited changes to be plus PP. You were invited to the wedding by me. Number 5, the people elect the president. Subject, the people. Verb, elect. The president, object. Elect is simple present. Simple present be verb. Am, is, are. Verb, elect. Elected, elected. All right. The people goes in back. The president comes up front. Elect becomes be plus PP. The president is elected by the people. Number 6, the writer wrote the book in Spanish. Subject, the writer. Verb, wrote. Object, the book. Wrote is simple past. Simple past be verb, was, were. Write, wrote, written. PP is written. The book was written in Spanish by the writer. Number 7, somebody built the house in 1935. Subject, somebody. Verb, built. Object, the house. Built is simple past. All right? Somebody goes in back. The house comes up front. Simple past be verb, was, were. Verb, build, built, built. Built changes to be plus PP. The house was built by somebody in 1935. Number 8, trees are hiding the house. Subject, trees. Verb, are hiding. Object, the house. Are hiding is present progressive. Be verb for present progressive. Am being, is being, are being. The verb, hide, hid, hidden. Hidden is PP. Trees goes in back. The house comes up front. Are hiding becomes be plus PP. The house is being hidden by the trees. Part B, make passive sentences. Again, you need to color the subject yellow, the verb green, object pink, and you must write all the sentence. Number 1, it's a big factory. The factory employs 500 people. Employs is simple present. Be verb, am, is, are. Verb, employee, employed, employed. Answer, it's a big factory. 500 people are employed by the factory. Number 2, did the maid mop the floors in this room yesterday? Subject, the maid. Verb, did mop. Object, the floors in this room. Did tells us simple past. Simple past be verb, was, were. Verb, mop. Mop, mopped, mopped. Were the floors mopped in this room by the maid yesterday? Were the floors mopped in this room by the maid yesterday? Number 3, water covers most of the Earth's surface. Covers is simple present. Simple present be verb, am, is, are. Verb, cover. Cover, covered, covered. Subject, water. Verb, covers. Object, most of the Earth's surface. Answer, most of the Earth's surface is covered by water. 4, the security guard locks the park gates at 6:30 p.m. every night. Subject, the security guard. Verb, locks. Object, the park gates. Locks is simple present. Simple present be verb, am, is, are. Verb, lock. Lock, locked, locked. The answer, the park gates are locked by the security guard at 6:30 p.m. every night. The park gates are locked by the security guard at 6:30 p.m. every night. Number 5. I posted the letter and present to my grandma a week ago. Subject, I. Verb, posted. Object, the letter and present to my grandma. Posted is simple past. Simple past be verb. Was, were. Verb, post, posted, posted. The letter and present to my grandma were posted by me a week ago. Okay, kids, thank you for watching this video. Now I need you to do a big favor for me. I want you to like this video, and I want you to leave a comment for me. I want you to write, "Thank you, Mr. Radisha," and then leave your English name. Really appreciate it. Thanks.